Hi YouTube, King Steve's Kingdom here. Just going to do a little update. It's been quite a while since I've done a video update of projects and such. Things have changed, got into spring, been busy. One of the last things I did was show you the Royal Flock. Well, the Royal Flock, we will take a look at them now. They're relatively quiet. Oh my! The Royal Flock has disappeared and turned into a duck. Well, situation is the Royal Flock outgrew this, and we're going to take you down to where we moved them to. So we're going to walk down there and show you how they've grown. We're down in the basement of the schoolhouse. This is where we had parked the camper. I construct this cage. It's what we call the big chicken house. And we have the broilers. You saw them when they were like this big, and they are now about 5 weeks old. We'll show you what they look like. We're going to be changing out some bedding. They got about 3 more weeks, 4 weeks, and then they'll be disappearing. They might be 6 weeks old actually. So we still have the Brahmas in there with them, and they're drinking and eating and pooping. The 3 things they're best at. So we're going to show you some more projects here, but we want to show you the broilers. Alrighty. As you recall from maybe a previous video, if not, you're welcome to watch it. This is a 2007 van that has a boo-boo on it, and we are going to try and get this back running. Problem was, the reason why it's not running is battery shorted out and melted some wiring harness, and wiring harness is crap. But I went to salvage yard and found a wiring harness. Yes, I disconnected every connector, and we just have to find some time to put this gorgeous wiring harness into there. Now, my superior mechanical abilities tell me that it's in there, but it's not going to work. So we're gonna, that kind of hurt when I hit my head on there, but we're gonna take the time and reroute it properly and put it all in here. And if you can come and see, these wires are literally bare wires that have melted off. So we have a little work there, but I estimate about 3-4 hours, and then we'll be able to try and start it. So we're gonna put this inside so we don't lose this wonderful wiring harness. This costs about $25. Got it from A1's Auto Salvage. So this hopefully will be happening. I'd like to have it happening yet this spring, early summer. And I'm going to show you the other junk cars that we were going to get rid of. Whoa! Bonneville. Green van. Scrap steel prices came up. We got them out of here. So where this pickup's sitting, there was a old Park Avenue that was the Step Peasants. He decided, he'd rather take the money of that and buy some tools with it, so we got that jumped. And then where this truck's sitting, yes, I have 2 trucks, technically 3. The weight van was sitting, and it is now gone also. I was going to do a transmission swap, referred to my previous videos, but scrap price came up. The vans weren't that much, so we got rid of it. But now trailer hauled junk cars. This is salvage yard, scrap yard, but fenders have not been fixed. but I have found the fenders, so we're going to be trying to get the fenders. Maybe talk to them and see what they can do for us. Right here, this spot, see, these vehicles were parked here so long, I can know exactly where they were because of the lack of grass and the dirt. This is where Steppe Peasants Kia was sitting. It is. All right, right here was where the Steppe Peasants Kia Sorento was parked. That didn't want to run, and he'd rather have some Milwaukee tools than a junk car. I thought it was a pretty wise decision. We went ahead and we took it back. Nice thing is, I know exactly where these cars sat because of where they were. The grass is dead, or there is no grass, which I'm going to have to get some grass seed and fill that in. Right now, the chickens decide to do dirt baths or dust baths, and well, they kind of scratch it up. And over there, there's a spot where we had stuff sitting that's now taken care of. So we've gotten rid of 8 in the past year and 1 month. We've gotten rid of, count them, 8 junk cars. Scrap price was up, feels good. I still have a lot of scrap to get rid of, but that is this way it goes. Up here, we haven't found a home yet for them. It's better than where it's sat for 20 years in a pasture. We were able to determine it's a 1986 primary Creek. I was able to get the trunk lid open. Good. I haven't really spent any time because, well, there's some question marks on that. So, once we get the question marks figured out on this, we'll try and start tearing into this. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully everything works out so I can work on it. There is a question, so I don't want to invest too much of my time until I know absolutely positively 100% sure that it's mine. So that being said, like I said, it looks better than it did for the previous 20 years. It's at least not something to the ground. Now, we're going to show you the old mower. In order to take care of the chickens, we got out the camper. We have the camper out now. This is what I rebuilt. So, try not to pick out the flaws and imperfections. It is a used camper. It works fine for us. We like it. Just wish we could use it more. It's hard to get away from the kingdom. Right here, showed you this before. We have a 1616 Agco. Engine's toast on it. It's been started being torn apart. We're missing a magneto. Got one mag here. Gonna try and find an engine to put in there. Well, just by coincidence, there was an auction. And in that auction, there was another piece of junk. I'm going to show you that piece of junk. Okay, went to an auction, and lo and behold, there's this fine piece of junk on the auction. Looks like a fine piece. So we looked at it, did my quick diagnostics with my outstanding mechanical abilities, and noticed it has an engine. That's what I need for the other mower. And looking at this, on the other side, there's a belt, and it looked wonky, and the pulleys didn't look quite right, and the chain was off, and of the drive mechanism. So I thought, King, I think the motor might be good because the transmission's bad. So I rolled the dice and spent the $35 on this fine piece of junk. And guess what? Worked about 10-15 minutes. Had the engine running. Engine runs great. So here on the Kingdom, a la engine, good, goes to garden tractor with a la bad engine. So that's going to be happening here. Shouldn't take too much to pull some bolts, drop an electric clutch, and do that times 2, and put some bolts back on, electric clutch back on, and go from there. I might even see about fabricating this deck, unless somebody wants to buy the deck from me. It's 48-inch Simplicity front cut deck, and I'm looking at the idea of possibly adapting it to fit underneath that other garden tractor. I don't know if I can. It's pretty similar. And I have a 50-inch deck that I think I can model it after. I'm going to have to change some mounting brackets. Fairly minor in my book, but to others it might be major. So that is the big excitement there. We have another one of our mowers we brought back. It's needing some repair so we can mow the kingdom. And that's what takes a lot of time right now, is getting the kingdom mowed. Here's another view of the camper that we built. Couldn't see it when I was showing the projects last time. Like I said, it's not perfect, but I consider I did a pretty good job. So, and it's me that it really counts. Right now we're gonna work on a project down in the shed. It's gonna be a bee trap. We're gonna see if we can trap some bees. I don't know how good the bee hides are for price, but I think they make honey, so that's what we're gonna go for. We're gonna tear into that little project and try to make some bee traps. I'm allergic to bees, so this should be fun. Okay, we decided instead of doing bee trap right away, we're gonna segue into the castle, and I'm gonna show you what we've been working on. We built an incubator, and from that incubator, yeah, this would be telltale sign, we had success. They've been hatching a couple of each day, and right now, this guy just hatched about 2 hours ago. He's actually dry, so we're going to move him over. The other house. These guys have all hatched from our incubator. And some of them are very young, some are a little older, and they are doing pretty good. We got 2 very young ones. We'll see how they go. I unfortunately think one of them might not make it, but we'll have to wait and see. But okay. There's 14 little chicks that we've hatched here in the past 2 weeks, roughly 2.5 weeks. Those will, the ones that are female, will become egg layers for us. We currently have about 8 hens that are laying eggs, so we right now are getting about 8 eggs, plus we have some ducks. We have some ducklings. We'll take you down and show you the ducklings quick. Okay, I don't know if you'll hear me over Quattro here. He's one that we hatched out of our incubator. He's peeking. He's not very photogenic yet. We got to work with him. And we've also gotten a couple other. Got another. Hang on to him. We actually bought the dark ducks, and we're raising them. See how they are. Quattro is about 2 weeks older than these 2, so we'll see what we get. So as you can see, I've posted. Some people might not think I got much done. I think I've gotten a lot done. Taking back a bunch of junk cars, getting stuff out of my yard. Hopefully that'll help speed up mowing. Also finished the gun cabinet. We didn't do any videos on that. We'll get some pictures of what the finished product looked like. That's been delivered to the owner of it, and he's happy. At least he tells me he's happy. So that's out of my shop, which that was a project that's drug on for 5 years or so. But we have some other projects coming about. One I didn't mean to, but I got it. So we'll see how it ends up. Needless to say, that's going to be coming probably in 2 or 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, don't know. Hopefully it'll be delivered, otherwise I have to go get it. Doesn't make much difference. But we do have another project, and we're still trying to finish up other projects. Right now we're in the thick of mowing lawns, trying to get lawnmowers up and going, and planting gardens. So it's fun around the kingdom. If you enjoyed, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and we'll see you a little later.